Okay, namaste everyone, and I'm Asmita Manandashrestha from eSatya and moderator for today's meetup. And welcome to everyone now today's meetup 20 with the theme Future of Fintech in Nepal. And this meetup 20 is organized by Blockchain Foundation Nepal and supported by eSatya, a Rooms and Company, CSIT Association of Nepal, Digital Notice, and Oscar IT Club. Talking about eSatya, eSatya is a blockchain-based company in Nepal that specializes in developing blockchain-based products as well as consulting about blockchain technology through various blockchain sessions, technical series, as well as blockchain meetups like this one. Meanwhile, Blockchain Foundation Nepal is not-for-profit community that aims to create a blockchain ecosystem by supporting blockchain enthusiasts and blockchain innovations in Nepal. Similarly, we have our international supportive partner. This is the Digital Notice Media. And this Digital Notice Media Lab is a premier media agency offering a hub of top-notch media services for blockchain technology-related platforms in India and spreading our awareness program like this Meetup through their community in India and engaging Nepal with India. Likewise, CSIT Association of Nepal is a non-profitable social organization of CSIT students that acts as a bridge between the faculty, student, and IT industries in Nepal. And Oscar IT Club is a group of tech enthusiast students from Amrit campus who strive to learn and share the latest technology. So now let's move to our meetup, Future of Fintech in Nepal. The main mission of our meetup is to outline how fintech is changing the lives of the people as well as business and how this can emerge in the future, and to highlight the initiation as well as to get proper knowledge about this fintech sector from our industry expert. eSatya has themed this blockchain meetup to be around this premises. Likewise, this meetup will also conveniently map to the financial and technical sector of Nepal, illustrating how blockchain can help a better and stronger fintech in Nepal. And we'll also keep this floor open for a healthy discussion at the end of the event. Till then, हजुरले चाहिँ आफ्नो त्यो क्वेशनहरु जति पनि हुन्छ स्पिकरहरुले भन्नुभयो होला कलेक्ट गरेर चाहिँ हाम्रो च्याटमा राख्दिनु होला. त्यसै गरेर we'll also just promote this meetup live through our Facebook page eSatya as well as Askpunte and as well as from CSIT page. We'll also collect a question from our audience from the comments we have received from the Facebook group also. And in this meetup, we have separated 15-minute time for each speaker. And if you have any queries within तपाईहरुले राख्दिनु होला आफ्नो क्वेशन म चाहिँ one by one पछि चाहिँ स्पिकरहरुलाई चाहिँ सोधिदिन्छु. So without further ado, let's start our meetup with our first speaker, Santosh Shrestha. Mr. Shrestha is the advisor of Rooms and Money. He gained his experience to work efficiency in KYC ML in different banks of so Rooms and Money work as a bridge between consumers and the suppliers. And without further ado, let's welcome Mr. Santosh Shrestha. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Asmita. So I'm Santosh Shrestha, right? So we work together at Rooms and Group, right? And we have various initiatives, like mostly based on blockchain, right? And we want to call ourselves a blockchain company, right? So and there are one of the things that we have seen is so blockchain, there are so much prerequisites that needs to happen before our society can fully move towards blockchain, right? So and then Rooms and Group has been working on that, be digitizing, digitize गर्ने farmer digitize गर्ने हो कि banking sector digitize गर्ने हो कि, and then plus we work with organizations and to come up with various use cases and we try to work them in how can they, if they can use blockchain, they should. If not, then we suggest not use blockchain. So that's something we want to promote in Nepal. And thank you for joining, everyone. It's like it's a crowd in here, which is amazing, right? So we'll try to, one of the things that I really like in this kind of meeting is I want more like a conversational type of, I love that kind of thing. So it will be kind of a lot of noise if that happens. So, but definitely we'll have a question answer round at the side. We'll try to go through our slides. I didn't even want slide, and I wanted to like a clubhouse. That was why it's Tara, Asmita wanted me to have a slide. So there is a slide. So that we can have a little bit more structured discussions. So I'm going to share my slides so that we can start, and it's very quick slide so that I can save some time and then let's see let's see how much time we have. So I guess my presentation is about this. My presentation
you can go on.
All right. So it's about the state of fintech, right, around the world, not Nepal, and then how can Nepal benefit? Nepal is it's in a crossroads, okay, right? So between the legacy technologies, right, legacy technologies and new technologies, crossroad, right? So how can you adopt it? Right? So a lot of time is what we have seen is a lot of banks and financial institutions are making money, right? Doing what they are doing for last 100 years, right? And they have kind of a less incentive to change, I guess, right? In a sense, is because they're still making money anyways, kind of thing. But then what I want to show, if there's any like fintech, like financial BFI, what I want to show is, none of the banks or any financial institutions has a presence, a significant presence in the global market. And not just banks, other companies, really few even Bangladesh Pathao Nepal, right? So why can't we just go there? So we have to look beyond traditionally कसरी how are the banks are आफ्नो influence Nepali market र काठमाडौँमा मात्र सेन्ट्रिक गर्ने बाहिर कसरी लाने भनेर हैन. And in this crossroad that we can take the difficult road, right, that can pay as a society, as a company, as a society handsomely, either through financial was, through fame was, or just through bragging rights was. So that's what we think, and that's what we think. They need to invest in the fintech, as much as possible, right? So of course, when you spend in R&D, the bottom line alikati hit huncha, tara it's worth it. So that's what I want to encourage our financial organizations in this one, through this. So now let's look at it and how, like, what are the different things they can do. Before we start, today is one of the greatest day in fintech. It's a very small news, or technically, right? But it is profound. It will have a reverberating effect throughout the world in days, months, and years to come. So Bitcoin, which was just started about 12 years ago, now has successfully become an official, not official, a currency in a country called El Salvador in Latin America. That's amazing, right? So, and then this implications is because one of the reason is, Bitcoin was not made by any government. Bitcoin was not made by any single organization. So Bitcoin was not made by anyone, and then now none of the parties can control it. It's just there, right? So the one government in this, out of 100, 190, 200 governments, so one of the governments has accepted as a currency. Now the dominoes is about to fall, and I can pretty confidently say that it will come to Nepal too. That dominoes eventually come to Nepal too. Dhilo ya chado hoस्, but it will come to Nepal, right? So other countries in South America and others are exploring. So अहिले current financial technology ma Bitcoin, I guess, or the crypto in a sense, is the most advanced, most secure, and most interesting technology that's available today. There's nothing like it. It's been around 3,033 days that Bitcoin network has been alive. Not a single second it has gone down. Amazon, some part went down yesterday. A lot of us just nobody can claim no company, no technologies can claim that thing that that there are more than 3,000 days, we are like non-stop it's working. And beautiful thing is there's no one person controlling it. So let that sink in. So with that, let's go to like more like what is fintech kind of thing, what consists of fintech. So basically we have this legacy system that banks, right, and other financial systems are using it. They are trying to change it, but very like they are literally crawling. Government is trying like to themselves to change. They are crawling even slowly, right? But in the open source community, right, and in the tech community, this has gone through like a wildfire, right? And then every aspect, every point of view, people are just innovating non-stop, 24/7 innovation is happening. And it's even as an individual, it's even difficult to catch up what's happening in this field, right? It's very difficult to keep up with it. And I'm sure every bank, like especially banks in Nepal, I'm sure they're going to get overwhelmed. But either they will get overwhelmed, they reject it now or not, they will have to change or they will die, right? So they will have to accept it, right? So again, Nepal bhareko digital banking भर्खर सुरु भएको छ न, भर्खर you can open an account digitally. It had COVID pandemic had to happen, right? So digitally account opening गर्ने, right? Which is crazy just to even think about it, right? DeFi, Nepalese company, there's no RegTech, the Central Bank of Nepal is pushing so much RegTech, KYC technologies, all compliance technologies are right? Pushing so much, but very few changes have happened, right? Payments, we're making some progress in payments, right? So we have eSatya, Connect IPS, Khalti, and so forth, right? And insurance technology, Bhupendraji will talk about it, what's happening there, Cryptocurrency, they have not even researched on it. They are just blindly banned it, without proper research, right? Investment is very focused in very small family-based or small group-based, friends-based companies are present in Nepal. And crowdfunding is slowly happening, but we only whenever we hear crowdfunding, we only think about GoFundMe, right? Investment can happen crowdfunding too, right? So these are the various aspects. And then there is very interesting thing that's happening in last year is DeFi, and I want to focus on that one at one point today, right? So DeFi, and that's a very new term, very new thing, and which is amazing, So let's move through it, So I hope you guys can research a lot of this on your own. It's a very broad topic, right? So everything should have a if everything gets digitized, everything gets automated, everything gets secured, right? Either through blockchain or through anything else, we can achieve this financial utopian, right? The financial technology utopia, So, but it's a work in progress, So banking has been there for one of the oldest organizations of the world. Okay? It's been like hundreds of years, even thousands of years since the banking. The technology has been stalled for about last 100 years. Okay? Very few changes in depending on the size of the economy or size of the society controls. The changes has happened very few things, like credit card IO. And credit card actually there's nothing new that has come. And right? Even in America company, you Venmo like equivalent, very just last 10 years, right? So it's time for a change. So let's look at current challenge of legacy BFIs, bank and financial institutions. Most and foremost is inequitable. Okay, everybody is not have same equity in banks or insurance companies, right? So you can't really, let's say, some people like करोडपति होला, कोही लखपति हुन्छ, they'll insure त्यो लाखको insure गर्छ. त कसैलाई 100 रुपैयाँ पनि is importantly, there are people who earns literally 900 rupees a day, right? For them, उसलाई त्यो 900 rupees insure गर्न पनि मन लाग्छ होला नि. तर करेन्ट सिस्टममा It's impossible. You can't take out insurance just for 900 rupees, right? I'm sure Bhupendraji would agree on that one, right? You cannot, because the process that you say process is so expensive for the insurance company. It's not their fault. The process, the system has become so expensive that it's not profitable for this insurance company to give, insurance for 900 rupees, right? Big challenge. 900 rupees मात्रै लिएर if it's your whole entire net worth asset is जम्मै 900 rupees हो भने no bank will open account for you. No bank, because KYC cost उनीहरुलाई 2-3 हजार लाग्छ, right? So is that fair? So just because गरिबहरुलाई they can't have bank account, they can't get an insurance, who made that system? Like all this government act, what's government doing? Right? So India is trying to tackle it really well, right? So, but it has, hits its own obstacle also, right? It's trying to tackle, right? Every farmer like they want to give this banking access, loans, based on this, and that needs a lot of digitization need happen, because what digitization does, what this technology does, it decreases that cost. Right? Once you decrease the cost, then you can offer to little lower to usai कमाउँछ. पहिला भने stock market ma about say 70-80 years before Maryland happened, only if you have $1 million you could trade in stock market in US. Nepal पनि अहिले त्यही होला. If you don't have less than 10,000 rupees, I don't think you can properly even have trade in stock market. Like 500 रुपैयाँ लिएर stock market किन्नु भर्यो भने त्यो फी तिर्दा तिर्दै 500 रुपैयाँ सकिन्छ. But things have changed. पहिला 1 million लाग्थ्यो, right? Now there is some thresholds, I guess, a minimum thresholds, right? Where then you can, मान्छेलाई पनि एउटा शेयर होस् किन्न मन लाग्छ भने एउटा हाइड्रोको एउटा शेयर किन्न मन लाग्छ होला नि, right? फिजले खाइदिन्छ के, हैन? जम्मा त्यो 100 रुपैयाँ छ भने. So that's the problem. Very inequitable, right? And one of the biggest solution that of any fintech solution provide गर्नुपर्छ भने के equitable. Everybody, no banking population, like option दिने. So they can, they get the options, उसलाई उनीहरुलाई पनि मजाले लाइन बस्न मन लाग्दैन होला नि त, के रे बिजुली 50 रुपैयाँ तिर्नलाई. That's something that we need to think about. Lack of provision, blotted legacy system is so blotted. It's all patchwork. It's built 30-50 years ago, right? Banking system. त्यसमाथि patchwork मात्रै भइराछ. Clean thought बाट सुरु नै गराछ न कसैले पनि, right? And त्यसले गर्दा expensive हुन्छ, inequitable सबलाई, right? So these legacy system needs to get upgraded or refreshed completely, right? And nobody wants to spend money in that one, but somebody has to. Otherwise, cost घट्दै घट्दैन. One of the biggest expense is security, right? Also, hacking, all those banking, all right. This is a security thing, okay? Right? And there's a lot of one of the significant cost, okay? BFIs go. All of these are heavily centralized. It's like they will decide, it's authority. Every bank is kind of authoritarian country, right? Or a current bank is because they decide how much money you owe, right? If they 10 रुपैयाँ उनीहरुले भन्न 10 रुपैयाँ घोटाला गर्यो भने तिमीले कोर्टमा जानुपर्छ होला, हैन? If they don't agree that, हैन? then तिम्रो त्यो उलाई सु गर्नै 10 रुपैयाँ भन्दा बढी लाग्छ. That's the problem, right? Centralized system, somebody controls that master key, and it is dangerous. That's where the security problems happens. Slow and lack of automation, because money नै digitized छैन के. That's the problem. And then everything becomes slow when they have paper money, like usma represent गरेर छ अहिले, हैन? Ledger represent गरेर paper money. When that happens, right? And that's about to change pretty soon too, right? When that happens, you can't automate money. Banks are trying hard actually, but it's very difficult to automate money. And most and foremost is the data privacy issues. एउटा बैंक 50 रुपैयाँको बैंक अकाउन्ट खोल्नलाई you need to give your हजुरबाबुसँगको नाम दिनुपर्छ, right? हैन? 50 रुपैयाँको बैंक अकाउन्ट खोल्नु पर्यो भने you have to give your grandfather's name. Why do you need to give your grandfather's name to buy open 50 रुपैयाँको अकाउन्ट? Okay, 1 करोड खोजे त I would agree, right? Your data hack भयो भने then all the hackers in the world would know your grandfather's name. Maybe you don't want to share your grandfather's name with them. Maybe you don't want to share a driving license go picture with the hackers problems. So, and of course, one company, one system, one government, one country, one technologist can't solve all of this. Every one of us has to contribute a little by little, right? And Rumsan, we are trying to do what we can, especially for Nepal, Nepal aspect, right? So these are our current efforts, right? And it was all of them are these now or eventually will be driven by blockchain, right? So we have created this Rumsan Money Bunny, which is it's a Oracle service for Nepali bank and finance institutions, because it is we are trying to digitize, ekdam properly, ekdam digitize information, right? It's all ekdamai federated, so ekdamai everywhere, so even ATM information pani everywhere, so it's all bank account, bank website, all of this. There's no place, and central banks this information, but nobody has put an effort, right, to have this very clean, very smooth information about all the bank and financial information. What are the products they think. If you want to compare them, you can't there's no way. You have to go to each website. It becomes very tedious process, and account opening process so process suddenly you can't really do anything. So but Rumsan Money is just our start, but we have a lot of plan on top of it, right? That we want to create an Oracle service, a kind of a static data services for all the banks and financial institutions, so that we can automate few things, right? So कसैलाई एउटा ब्याङ्कमा पनि एउटा ब्याङ्कमा अकाउन्ट खोलेपछि यति फर्म भर्नुपर्छ हैन, राइट? सिम्पल एज यत्रो लामो सजिलो केवाइसी फर्म्सहरु हैन, राइट? हैन अर्को ब्याङ्क गएर खोल्नु पर्यो भने you do the same thing. Why? Right? That's what you're trying to solve. And then KYC information, every bank, you have a copy of your life with every bank. And why can't you control all your information in your phone, right? And then only give the information that you need and when you need it. And you would track who opens that information, right? That's where you have, this Rumsan KYC. We want to decentralize, not because a lot of people in Nepal are talking about centralized KYC. That's the wrong way to go. And I can say it, I know, but I don't like to call out somebody is wrong, but I've been working in KYC for 12 years. Centralizing is the very, very, very bad design, because John hack John more information एकै ठाउँ भयो भने अहिले सबै ब्याङ्कमा स्प्रेड आउट भयो एउटा ब्याङ्कमा चाहिँ ओन्ली यो त्यो ब्याङ्कको मात्रै इन्फर्मेसन ह्याक गरेर लान सक्छ हैन तर एकै ठाउँ होल कन्ट्रीको राख्यो त्यो नागरिक एप बनाएर राख्यो भने देन anybody can hack it centrally. So that's a very bad design, right? I want to encourage everybody to think about decentralized. Every phone ma rakhne, whenever you need it you pull it, and then whenever you don't need it you discard it, and then user knows when they use your data. It will still ask for permission. Google ma, and they want to use your drive folder, permission you especially these give permission in Google when you use it. Why can't you do it for your license? Every time you're a bank employee, you're an insurance company employee, and if they want to view your license, you will get a notification. Now we have technology. Why can't we use that? Right? And we can automate this KYC process using AI. Very simple, as simple as it. I know the very popular crypto companies are popular, sir, right? So selfie lini euta, and this is a ID card photo lini, and then it matches that you ID card. Okay, AI. It's the simplest part of AI, right? And we have implemented that in Rumsan KYC. So these things are correct. And another very interesting project, and we have a big announcement about it tomorrow, is RAT project. We have a very, very big announcement on that. Please watch out eSatya website or area. You will it will be pretty impressive, that what you are about to announce tomorrow. So we have a relief distribution system, and especially COVID now we are trying a lot of pilot program or COVID, which is fully decentralized. It's based out of blockchain. This is one of the first product we have created, and that has gone live, and it's a complete decentralized relief distribution system. So simple how are you trying to automate? You say more like regulation technology reg tech part, right? What you do is, so people come to Rumsan Money, right? They look, browse. You can go to this website and you can browse different products, right? Banks and insurance company go different products. You can educate yourself a lot of it. You can compare against each other, similar products, or compare which gives you a better deal, which gives you a better options, or you can compare it. Once you like it, it's everything is in same place. Once you like it, you choose it. I know, again, a lot of things is still work. There are behind the scene, there are few things, a lot of manual ones. Like the hope is we will build relationship with these banks and we'll automate it. We want to complete this chain, right? But we have started with the first. Your side could change, we have started with it. Now we can compare it, and then eventually the second part that we're going to add, we have this, rooms and wallet, which has built-in KYC, right? So we want to connect it eventually, right? And they will input their KYC information through rooms and wallet. You control. It won't come to rooms and wallet website. If you take a picture, your picture stays in your phone, right? It's a browser-based one. It stays in phone. You can, if you are a IT guys, you can, do view source, do sniffer, and see if you have sent any information to us. It doesn't come to us, right? So it stays in there, and whenever you want, and we're going to add that whenever you are applying for any account, you will give permission to the bank that you applied, right? Applied, and then it gets the kun product, your information, and then next bank you don't have to retype it again. It will go, and the document will blockchain through safely transfer also to banks, and it will go directly to their KYC workflow system, and then it can get opened. So basically, technically, you could press a button in Rooms and Money, and it's your account should be open, within like 10 seconds. Let's say like 1 hour, if there is some manual intervention, that is the mission we have, So that's why this is our first attempt to create it, right? So I think we are going live on that too. I think, Vivek, we are going it today, right? So check it out. And then now let's go back to, a little bit of, again, I don't want to talk about, there's so many other things, that we can do with bank, but the most significant is Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, right? I know it's not legal in Nepal. I have to tell you this. But I can also tell you that it will be legal one day, maybe 10 years, 20 years. Bitcoin and one of the cryptocurrency, or government will come up with its own central CBDC, central bank digital currencies. So there will be cryptocurrency that will challenge existing banking system. That will challenge, even if it is not Bitcoin, government issue a cryptocurrency, it will challenge the banking system. It will challenge your wallet-based applications, because when government creates its own cryptocurrency, the cryptocurrency government can distribute, give cryptocurrency, central bank, Nepal can give directly to your wallet in your phone. It does not have to go through commercial bank. There will be other banks, their bank or role that are not in this thing. So, but next slide, I have think, bank or role, the blockchain is trying to its launch again. So Bitcoin has, like to explain Bitcoin, the people who don't know in detail about Bitcoin. So a person named Satoshi Nakamoto, a pseudonym, not a real name, right? But the real person, I guess, right? Or a group of people, right? So they created this protocol in 2009. Your ideas share, okay? And then eventually they created one. And it's like it works like torrent for money, right? So that's the gist of it. It's like torrent. So your data, your coin, your money, currency, whatever it is not hosted in a central part, but it's hosted in everybody that's connected to the network, right? And so if one node goes down, you can always pick it up from another node, right? So how it was achieved is it's a encryption, greatest and latest encryption technology used there, so that even if your Bitcoin is hosted in some orko node, it's node copy, it's a ledger system. Bank what you see is a ledger system. When you have an account, kati in aayo, kati out, that's a ledger system. This blockchain Bitcoin is basically a ledger system, right? And starts from the bottom, and euda block euda transaction is connected to another transaction, so that you can it's very difficult to hack it. There's a cryptography hashing algorithm or used better it tools right? And at protocol level, like internet at protocol level, account level account level hack and because man's password is the weakest thing, that at protocol level it has never been hacked for last 3,000 days. It has not been, right? And then people are seeing value. Bank hack, so one government hack, the whole US oil company hack, हाकार मच्छ त्यो oil नपाएर हैन, right? तर this has not been hacked, and the beauty is it's all open. Everything is open. Hacker can see the same thing that you can see, right? And they have the technology is to it can't be hacked, at least not so far. And people are saying value is on top of it, and the Bitcoin was Ethereum bhane acha हैन. So Ethereum bhane चाहिँ अर्को त्यो चाहिँ not just currency मात्र हैन कि त्यो चाहिँ पुरा software हैन, blockchain based software आछ हैन. So Ethereum ले चाहिँ के enable गर्छ नि, एउटा something called DeFi भन्ने enable गर्छ. DeFi means decentralized finance, right? So how it works is, look, bank ko basic काम के हो, right? Bank ko basic काम is you put a deposit, bank put it safely. They don't even put it safely. They lend it out to someone else, and then the difference in the interest, that's how they make money. That's the core of banking system, right? Now think of it. Instead of bank, you deposit your money in a software that is unhackable, and then somebody can take a loan from that software and then pay interest to the software, and the software will pay you the interest. Same, like it acts exactly same like bank, but it's a software that's controlling it. Everybody can see the code, right? So that everybody can see, validate the code. You can't go inside can you walk into Himalayan Bank and go say, oh, how are you operating? Is my money safe? Can you go and see inside? No, the guard won't even let you in when you say that. I want to see your software, how my money is being safe. You can't. But this in the software, you can see it. You can review the code yourself. If you don't like it, you don't put your money there. If you like it, you put the money there. It's all, benefits versus cost, and you are in control. Okay? So that's only, so there will be, and then so the liquidity pool कसले दिन्छ त भने एउटा साइडमा चाहिँ, like नेपालमा I don't know how much how many people still know ढुकुटी खेले जस्तो के DeFi भनेको, in a sense that's the closest comparison I have. It's not exactly some. So ढुकुटी खेल्दा there was no bank involved, right? ढुकुटी खेल्दा your group of people, your father's friend circle, like 20-25 जना मिलेर, they pull in the money. So every month एकजनाले ढुकुटी खान्थ्यो, which basically is borrowing money from that pool, right? And everybody contributes to the pool, and then the person who khani भनेकै, basically you leave the money, you give up some amount, and then you pay interest to the remaining money you said, and then last मा जसले गर्थे that person gets all the interest, तर बीचमा गरेको नै interest, अलिअलि interest कमाइरहन्छ, so that everybody wins, right? That's DeFi in nutshell. So there's no bank involved, no central party involved. So there's only thing that's involved is a software. So bank core function is software. Do we still need banks? That's the question we need to ponder. Thank you.
Thank you, Santoshi, for your wonderful presentation. Hopefully, all the best for the rooms and money. I'm lining banks, some not for those call, but the mobile button, you can get the loans, so it can act as a bridge between the consumer and supplier. Hopefully, we can hope for that. So with this, I just want to welcome our next speaker for today's session. Our next speaker is from Fintech sector too. So especially he's from insurance company. And our next speaker is Mr. Bhupender Shrestha, Senior Manager of Digital Sales in Himalayan General Insurance Company Limited. And he has been actively involved in the marketing sector for 19 years, and he is leading the company to the digital opportunity in the insurance industry. So hopefully, as a representation, you Meetup massive will get some valuable information in the insurance company, but the idea knowledge will get from me. So let's welcome Mr. Bhupender ji. The floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Asmita. So let's share the screen.
Yes.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, Bhupenderji.
Okay. So thank you, eSatya and eSatya team and Santoshji. You had a very good presentation. I think you have covered most of the things that I have actually covered in the fintech. So it's good for me that I can jump into some other topics. So with this, I would like to say thank you to everyone for joining this session. And this is me, Bhupender Shrestha, from Himalayan General Insurance. So presently I'm looking after the digital sales and marketing. And today in this session, I will be basically touching more into the impact of fintech in banking and insurance, and that too in Nepal only, because the term, as like Santoshi explained, the term fintech is it's so huge, so wide that 15 minutes of cover as much as possible that's happening in context of Nepal, and that too on the insurance and insurtech sector. So with this, let me jump into the impact of fintech in insurance and in insurtech business. Santosh had already explained you about what fintech is in a very simple term. Is the financial services that's been enabled by a technology to make your life better, easier. That is fintech, and just like that, insurtech is also the combination of two words. It's insurance plus the technology, so which is called insurtech, and it's just like the fintech. This is any insurance services or activities that is enabled or managed by the smart technology, and for a better customer experience. And like what Santoshi said, not just that, this insurtech should be able to reduce the cost, make it more efficient for the company as well as the buyers in the days to come. So that's what's going to make insurtech. If you have a system which is super, but people can't afford it at the moment, so that's not none of a use for insurtech. So insurtech insurtech, it has to involve the technology as well as it has to give the customer a better experience, and it should save the cost to the company and to the consumer itself. So that is pretty much about what fintech and insurtech is. So let me so I've divided my presentation in a way that first I'll be sharing you about the present scenario of fintech and insurtech in Nepal, and the major disruption that had come in last 5 to 10 years in Nepal, and some challenges after that, or the impact of it in Nepal. So if we talk about the scenario of fintech only in Nepal, it's really fascinating to see. Since I am from not from the technical background, so the things that is happening now in Nepal is really fascinating for me to see. Maybe Santoshi might differ to me because he's from a technical side, and then yes, you might think like there is less interesting thing in a technical side might have happened. But for me, like as a non-technical person, it's been very fascinating for me to see how the fintech have evolved in last 5 or 6 years in Nepal. So if you talk about uh, the financial industry sector here in Nepal, so it's quite interesting. There are around 34.67 million bank accounts, which is more than our population in Nepal has been opened in Nepal. So, and there is around 12.6 million customers who are actually using the mobile banking, and it's very pretty interesting to see within this 2021 till now, till May. It was been recorded that 18.71 billion money was been transacted through the mobile banking. So it's quite fascinating to see things happening in a very short time. And at present, the fastest growing digital payment channel, to my experience, is digital wallet and mobile banking, followed by the QR system. So those are the facilities that we see happening more at present in Nepal. And like we all know that there are a lot of companies, among them 10 digital wallet companies are actively working on it. On the top position is eSatya with 4 million customer base, and I think 15 to 17 lakh active user for now. So that is what is pretty much that I see what's happening on in the fintech side. And if you talk about the insurance side or insurtech, then there are 20 insurance companies at present in Nepal, and they have a penetration of around
सरी बेन्द्रजी एक फेर मैले हजुरलाई इन्टरप्ट गरेँ है हजुरको फर्स्ट स्लाइड नै आइरहेको छ सो इफ यु आर नेक्स्ट स्लाइडमा जानुभएको भए चाहिँ प्लिज नि त्यो अर्कोमा मुभ गरिदिनुस् न है रोकियो फेरि रिसेयर गरिदिनुस् न
I think it's stuck. That's why it's not.
जुममा त्यस्तै हुन्छ एक फेरि स्टप गरेर प्रेजेन्ट गरिदिनुस् न I also felt the same experience जतिकै
I was trying to skip into the next, but it's not happening. So I just skipped on.
I think we should have the mouse control भयो भने चाहिँ जान्छ होला. Can you try it once? एकचोटि फेरि गर्नुहोस् त. अर्को स्लाइडमा जान्छ कि जाँदैन. Let me check.
No, it's not happening.
So म हजुरको लागि शेयर गरिदिन्छु नि त.
Just a second. I'll try it once again.
Okay, हुन्छ. हुनु चाहिँ भइरहेको छ.
Do I need to use a mouse?
Yes, मैले नि माउसबाट गरे चाहिँ हुन्थ्यो के. So let's wait एकैछिन. यो जुममा चाहिँ धेरै बेर रोकिरह्यो भने ठ्याक्कै त्यही स्लाइडमा त रोकिने रहेछ के ह्याङ भएको जस्तो गरेर. So mouse.
Now it's happening. I think it's happening.
Okay, carry on, Bhupendraji.
Thank you so much. So I think we were in the InsurTech. So like I told you, there's around 20 insurance company at present working in Nepal. They're competing with each other, and they're around 20% penetration in the total population of Nepal, and it's growing every year. So if we see the total, the worth of this insurance industry at present is 16.42 billion worth industry in terms of the premium collection that they had made in 2019. And this insurance company has slowly getting into online, even to claim online here in Nepal. So this is slowly happening in Nepal. We haven't been able to promote it really wide in Nepal, but it's happening. So I think in the days to come, online.
हजुर तपाईको अलिअलि अड्किरहेको थियो के भिडियो. नाउ इट्स क्लियर. ठिक छ.
हेलो.
म अड्क्यो भने चाहिँ म भन्छु नि है, हजुरको इन्टरनेटबाट चाहिँ के इफेक्टहरु आइरहेको छ.
It's about to rain out here. No problem. Just let me know if I get stuck. It's trying to rain here, and then the technology. So that's that's the ground reality of being in Nepal. With the service that we are getting here, and of course with the internet as well. So with this, I mean, that's pretty much about what's happening and it's a good sign that we have seen. Even Santoshi also mentioned it in the earlier presentation that there's a lot going on in the agriculture sector. Even Bima Samit is trying to initiate a digital license for people who are involved in the agricultural sector. So we, as an insurance company, we are trying to build that capacity to cater to those farmers or the consumers more faster and more convenient. So this is a very good sign that has happened in Nepal. And the other thing that the COVID or the lockdown has brought in the scenario is all the 20 insurance company now, they are actually connected to Fintech, or let's say the digital wallets like eSatya, Khalti, IME Pay, a lot more others. There are around 10 active at the moment. So this is the present scenario of what is happening in Nepal. There has been a lot of disruptions for last 5 years to 10 years. The major disruption that I have found has happened in last 5 or decade is in the mobile banking and digital wallet, which has flourished tremendously in Nepal. But it's yet to move more further or be more convenient for a customer point of view. So I think the people who are involved in their facilities to make it more for a customer to use the services or buy the services. So the major disruption that I see, which even Santoshi mentioned before, the major disruption that I see is the bank have shifted from the traditional base banking. There is the trade, the transaction that they make with the customers. So that was the scenario of the traditional banking system. Now these banks are slowly getting into an experience-based banking. Maybe it's because of this fintech like eSatya or PhonePe. They have pushed the bank to be more efficient and more better. This is what we have seen in last 5 years, and of course after the lockdown, it's been seen more and more happening. So before in Nepal, when the banks use their mobile app, you can feel it was not that interesting. But now within the course of time, some banks, they have upgraded their app, in a mobile app, which pretty much looks like they're trying to solve a lot of customer problems. But it's not yet to the mark, but it's happening. It's a positive sign. And of course we see in the website and applications that the bankers and are using, even the digital wallets are using. They are using chatbot, using e-banking, and the decisions are being made now, and they're giving offers on the basis of the data that they have collected from the customers, or the data they have with them. So, and the best example that I have found of this, the meeting of technology and data-driven decision process is the SMS that you get in your mobile, from a bank for a very small ticket loan, and which is also was possible through fintech, because you don't have to go to bank. I mean, you can do it online. So this is something that has come very interesting. So it is possible because of the technology and the data-driven decision process that the bank could adopt for last a couple of years. So now they are pinpointing the targeted, the real customers that they can buy, and that they are touching those customers. This is quite fascinating to see. I think a lot of people here in this session must have experienced this as well. And I mean, the people have started using fintech very heavily for utility and reoccurring small payments. That is what is the scenario at the moment. So there are a lot of tech companies, and even I didn't know that Rimson was also working on that. But there are a lot of companies who are working on digital KYC solution. So this might be a game changer for tomorrow fintech or insurtech to boom in coming days. And like what Santoshji has mentioned, I also totally believe on this KYC solution not being centralized, but it should be decentralized. As and when you need it, you can just tap a button and get the result. But if you don't need it, then it's not with you, right? So those kind of decentralized system should be there on the KYC system, but people are working in it. Like today I heard about Runson, but there are a lot of other companies like Unlimited Clouds and all these companies who are present in Nepal. They're already working on it, and they're now it's very interesting to see that before, when the fintech, I mean the digital wallets came to Nepal, they were only used for personal transactions and to fulfill their utility bills, the reoccurring bills and things like that. But now it's quite fascinating to see that the corporates have started using this system, or this facilities. So maybe it's because of the Nepal Rashtra Bank easing out or raising the limit of financial transactions that you can do in a day, from 1 lakh per day to 10 million, 1 million in a month. So maybe that's the other reason why the corporates, the corporate house are able to use it to the max. So that's what happening on the fintech in the banking side, or banking and insurance side. And if you just see that during this lockdown period, a lot of digital twinning had happened. The company we were traditionally run, now they are using a tech-based company to provide more better service and give more consumer convenience, faster service at the moment. So this is going to be more and more in the days to come. There will be the traditional or two companies with the different strategies from different industry will will come together to give more consumer more better products and more consumer satisfaction. So that is what my so that is already happening in Nepal, but it will happen more in the coming days. So if I have to give you an example of two companies getting together is Insurtech and Fintech. If I have to give you an example, if you can you might have heard there's the collaboration between the insurance company and banks, and they are providing and as insurance as a add-on benefit to the account holders or whoever opens the bank account. So it's just an example of fintech and insurtech merging with each other or collaborating with each other to give better service. Likewise, we as a Himalayan General Insurance, we have also partnered with eSatya. So they have this uh, product, or let's say subscription package, where if you subscribe that package, is a bundle of sweet products. It's very nominal. It's just 180 rupees. If you buy that, then you get the benefit of insurance along with it, and the whole process that it's which has happened in this project, it's all automatic. So within a click, you can buy you can get the information about e-privilege, eSatya privilege, and then within a click you can buy it, and the things get automatically automated in our system, in AGI system. So there are things happening, but of course not in a larger scale, but we have already started on the Insurtech side as well. There has been if it was quite interesting for the insurance industry to see that during the COVID, there was been approval given to there was been approval given to just a sec, I think I joined
उपेन्द्रजी हजुरको स्क्रिन रोकेर मैले प्रेजेन्ट गरेँ है मेरैबाट
ए हस् हुन्छ हस्
अनि अर्को स्लाइडमा जानु पर्यो भने प्लिज लेट मी नो म अर्को स्लाइडमा
अर्को स्लाइडमा जानुभयो हुन्छ ल आई थिङ्क वी आर अन दि डिस्ट्रप्सन स्लाइडमा होला नि can you move on to the disruption side? So I'll just continue with my presentations. I think there's some glitches on the Zoom, so we've not been able to take it forward on the slides. But let me explain to you what's happening. What's more happening on the banking and insurance side. The major disruption that is happening, right? So during the lockdown, the Bima Samiti, the regulator, they opened a approval for issuing an electronic copy, or can work in an online medium. So with that, I think that was the time when a lot of the insurance company tasted the real impact of a technology. If we, in case of Himalayan General Insurance during the COVID time, we were able to sell around 20% of the COVID policies were being sold through online. The whole organization, like 80% was being sold offline, but 20%, with just working for a few days and communicating it to people. So it was that fast and that's convenient. So 20% is a big chunk for us. So that was possible because of the insurtech, or let's say the help of the fintech. It was possible. We were basically connected with a lot of fintech companies like eSatya, almost all the 10 digital wallets, and they helped us to do this business. So that is what insurance company had experienced, and the major disruption that recently had happened, and it's going to change the shape of the fintech, is the approval for mobile money that is being given by Nepal Rashtra Bank and Nepal Telecom Authority to the telecom industry. It's going to change the whole dynamics. Now the telecom company won't be only be a tool for you to communicate, but it will work as a fintech company for you. I mean, you can make a payment through your mobile balance, or the money that you have as a mobile balance, like till now we've been able to only make a call, interact with others. But in the coming days, the Encel will work more like it will work as a fintech company as well. So this is something that is very interesting. And if you see that in Nepal there is 38.61 million mobile connection that is already there. So I think one person has two mobile in Nepal. So the ground for fintech to expand or exponentially grow tomorrow is already there. We just need to have just build that technology that can link with your mobile now. So we'll see more and more. We have seen. During this last 5 years, we are seeing more services coming in mobile, and there will be more coming in future as well. So till now, I've been giving you more over the scenario of where we are as in fintech and insurtech, and what are the major disruptions that have happened till now. Now I want to get into the impact of the fintech and insurtech in Nepal. So this is my personal reading and experience that I had in this industry. And because since insurtech is just started and fintech is very new and very fast thing for us, I'm not getting to the negative points, but I'm just trying to see like what the positive impacts of this fintech in insurance. So with this, I think nowadays the banks and the insurance company are eyeing, and then they're giving more attention to this underprivileged rural population, which was quite heavy in Nepal. There was around 79.2% of the rural populations which exist in Nepal were been just was not been given so much priority till now. Now, like Santosh told before, now these people who can spend like who wants to buy, like for example, who wants to buy insurance for, let's say, 50 rupees or 20 rupees, 10 rupees, 5 rupees, those small ticket insurance or the financial services will now come in market. And as I've already told you, that we as a Himalayan General Insurance in tie-up with eSatya, we have already started doing it. Like we have already given the services to around 9,000. Of course, like we are not promoting it widely because we need to check our capacity as well. But we have already started it, and we are increasing our services now. At this moment, we have around 10,000 people who have already bought these services. Those things are happening. Things are happening. There's positive collaborations between fintech and insurtech that's happening in Nepal. And the other example that you can see is the Nepal Bank. The Nepal Bank tying up with PhonePe, for a very small token loans. Like they're providing loans to the customers through PhonePe. So these are all possible because of the fintech. And also nowadays you see this. Banks are going to the vegetable markets, and they are educating those vegetable sellers and all how to use the digital payment system and all that. So this is actually the positive side that we see, and then it's already there, but we'll see it happening more and more coming in future. Till now, I think we have one aggregator in Nepal, which is eBima. So I think there will be more coming in future. So aggregator is basically, you have all this, like before, some different insurance provided in one portal. Different companies will come in one portal, and then this portal will serve you. You can validate, you can check, you can compare, you can understand. So this aggregator company will come more in future. For now, we have eBima, but there's the other company called Orthonomy is coming in market, and it's very interesting about Orthonomy, because Orthonomy is not just coming up with non-life or life service. It's the combination of two different companies. Like, and life is totally different and non-life is totally different. Just to give you more emphasis, that the life insurance can't work as a non-life, and non-life can't work as a life. But as an aggregator or as a fintech company, you can basically combine the services of two different companies and offer a specialized focus product to the customers. So this kind of things would happen more in the day to come. Of course, we would be forced to come up with some new products in the insurance sector. Like recently, we have been working in the mobile banking protection plan. It's basically a plan where it will protect your money, which is in your mobile. You might have all these bank accounts in your mobile. So if somebody hacks it, or if there's a cyber threat, then definitely, this going to help. This going to, help you to minimize your risk in future. So there are a lot of new products will come because of the change in our lifestyle, and also we have been using a different kind of lifestyle now. Like there's a shared economy coming up, more digitalization coming. So the change in economic environment, we would be there will be more focus, there will be more specialized products coming from a more specialized insurtech companies in the days to come. So with all this impact, in one side, the major impact that I, as a insurance company, and a little bit in connection with the banks, I would definitely, I definitely see that in the coming days, the mobile experience of the user, the consumer, will basically will be the key point to evaluate the banks and insurance. Now, what we see now, like we see a big infrastructure, big building, people are fascinated, they might be fascinated with the services. But in the coming days, is the mobile experience of this banks and insurance company, or fintech or insurance company, will be the key point to evaluate the companies in the days to come. So with this, I think there are, if I go on to the challenges, there are a lot of challenges. Which I don't want to get it, but to my thing, that all these challenges that's going to come in future is because of us. Is because of us, a human behavior change. With the human behavioral change, like we want things fast, convenient, efficient, low cost, and all this. So we would demand more. So with this demand and with this change, of course, this demand can be only fulfilled by the technological advancement or innovations. And with the technological advancement and use of technology more and more, there will be a lot of cyber activities that will happen. And with those cyber activities, there will be a lot of threats and challenges will come into the market. I think I'm not touching this part because it's very sensitive, and it's need a separate discussion. But tell you very in a short note that cybersecurity will be the major priority and threats, and also for all this company to move ahead. So with this, I think in what I conclude is the fintech has advanced a lot in Nepal in comparison to the insurtech. Insurtech is in a very primitive stage right now. So I think more than anything at present, I would say that we need to be clear more on this few concerns that I have. Is we should be more clear, and we try to be more clear is on what insurtech is and what fintech is, and how are they related. Can they work together? Is fintech a threat to the insurance industry or insurtech? These are the things that I think we need to define it. We need to be very careful in future, because like now, even fintech company, they are giving a big threat to these traditional companies. So this there might be tomorrow the chances that fintech might be a big threat for insurtech. Whatever fintech could insurtech could do, fintech could do more in the days to come. So with this, I think we are still in the crossroad. Like Santoshi said, there's a lot more to define, there's a lot more to read, but yes, we need to work really hard and not just move ahead, but see like how are we moving ahead, because with good things, there always attacks a bad thing. So how do you tackle the things or challenges will be the key point for me to look forward. Thank you so much, Asmita and eSatya and everyone who listened to me. I mean, I'm sure people will have a different ideas, different. They might not, but this is my very simple analysis about what the present scenario and what might happen in future. I think we'll have a question and answer round after this, so I'll address more on that round. Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much, Bhupendraji, for your presentation about the fintech area of Nepal and as well as the insurtechs. And now, we have a lot of question. एकदम धेरै question भएर हाम्रो audience पनि हुन्छ नि हतारै सोधिरहनु भएको थियो. So questionहरू चाहिँ हामीले यहाँ सन्तोष दाइको स्लाइडमा राखेका छौँ. So I'd like to request Santhosh Dai to share your screen so that we can see the question and you can answer from there.
Okay, guys, thank you. Right. So basically, like Bhupendraji said, the changes can only happen if you demand it, demand from a bank, demand from a government, demand from anyone, that would listen to you, changes won't happen if you just, stay quiet, right? Like, be it a financial, changes, be it political changes, be it whatever it is, right? I have no interest, man. You should definitely raise your voice, and then, so, you have to hold the companies that with the government with accountable to give you the cheapest, fastest, and the most advanced technology that we all deserve, right? So with that, so there are like a lot of questions, so I don't I don't want to hold everybody, but I think we'll go through, as many questions as possible, right? If you are in time constant, please feel free to drop out. The good thing about Zoom meetings are, nobody will notice if you drop out, right? Like, except unless you are in the hall or somewhere, it will be awkward, right? So but we'll try to dig through it. I'll try to पाले पालो राखेको छु हैन भूपेन्द्रजी र मैले ट्राई गर्ने आन्सर गर्ने क्वेशन्सहरु हैन so we'll start with this, right? So which is, I mean, I hear this question a lot, right? So what is, how is Bitcoin backed up, or any cryptocurrency backed up? What is its intrinsic value, right? So I mean, the things what we know, we have been told, which is a myth nowadays, is Nepalese currency is not backed by anything. It's not backed by gold. It was a story our parents used to tell us, and we still don't know how is it backed. It's backed by whatever the government wants you to, be backed by. There's no gold equivalent of Nepalese rupees in somewhere stored, in a Swiss bank or something. There's none. In 1975, dollar, got rid of, President Nixon in America, got rid of, gold-backed reserve, right? And after that, it's the dollar we start calling dollar, and all the government issued currencies as so what is this? Is this? Okay. So and then we start calling it fiat currency, right? So now the value of rupees, the value of Bitcoin, the value of like whatever asset that you have, or jagga is the amount the next person is willing to pay you, right? The next person, right? Next person who values it like you, like jagga. तिमीलाई काठमाडौँको जग्गा एकदम भ्यालुएबल लाग्ला, राइट? कसैलाई भन्न जुम्लामा बस्नलाई, who is happy in Jumla, who don't even pay 1 rupees for one रोप्ने जग्गा in Kathmandu because it's valueless for that person, right? So you would not pay any amount for the same jagga in Jumla because you have no plan to go and live there. That's what the value of any asset that you own has, any currency that you has. So government's job is to stabilize those, right? Stabilize the currency. Can you get rid of this? How can you get rid of this?
If you stop share
all right, sorry.
So I'm the participant. Please to org screen channel. No.
Are you hacked, Rosen, Santhosh?
No. I don't really know how to use it properly.
Settings.
So there's a Bitcoin value is the next person is willing to pay. It was 64,000 sometimes, now it's 33,000. It's how its value, because it's such a new currency. That's why the value fluctuates, and because there's no government to control it, people would pay it then however they want, right? The group, the more people owns it, the value gonna get stable, like any dollars and everything like that. Yeah, Nepal case now, it's controlled by Indian currency. Even Nepalese government do not control the, like somewhat it does, but tries, but it is controlled by, Nepalese government is diplomatically controlling the value of Nepalese rupees through Indian currency, right? And so India currency high go Nepal high jन्छ, India currency low go Nepal low jन्छ. It's very simple, right? I mean, it is India's currency has still Nepalese currency, right? But like Venezuela, value, it's like Bitcoin भन्दा crazy छ the fluctuation, right? The currency, government owned currency. Zimbabwe थियो one time, right? Argentina भइरहेछ कति. Turkish lira went crazy, ruble went crazy, right? All these government backed currencies gone crazy, right? So El Salvador was a story, but that was they can't maintain the value of their own currencies. They started using dollar. So when you are starting using somebody else's currency, then you have to abide by the law of that country. Like El Salvador, a sovereign country, an independent country, had to follow the money laundering because they use US dollar before Bitcoin, right? I mean, they will still use the US dollar, but whenever now they had to abide by US government law, monetary law, Fintech law, all of this, entire monetary AML law. So now, if people transact in Bitcoin, they don't have to abide by any laws of any other country. So that's one of the biggest motivation El Salvador. And there are a lot of countries in the world, including Zimbabwe. I think Zimbabwe might have their own currency now, or they just use US dollar as a reserve currency, like as a currency of choice, right? So, but that could change because US is going through crazy. They're printing money like crazy, right? So that could change. I know that's why people are, where US money print on US फरक पर्दैन, but the people that transfer money around the world, उनीहरूलाई फरक पर्छ, especially the poor countries एकदमै फरक पर्छ, right? So the value of poor countries को भने where they earn in dollar, right? एकदम फरक पर्छ when the dollar को valuation घट्छ भने, right? So त्यो रिजनले गर्दा, so basically we should not trust it blindly. Even Bitcoin, we have to challenge Bitcoin, right? Why is it, how much is it, why is it worth, right? But the option Bitcoin or any cryptocurrency gives it, if you like it, you use it. If you don't like it, you don't use it. Kind of very simple, right? You are not in Nepal. In Nepal, कुनै country in Boston, you don't have an option. If you don't like, Nepalese currency, I want to just use dollar when you don't have that choice, right? So that's then some sort of freedom, it's a financial freedom that you can get out of this, non-government control currency. non-NGO, non-government control currency, right? So a lot of these things. So these are the revolution that's going through the world around, right? So, and that will definitely, help. Challenge again, even government, every US government, Nepalese government, every government, the citizen economies, they should always have some sort of check and balances, right, in the system, and Bitcoin will help provide that, for a lot of citizens around the world. So this is for Bhupendraji.
For me?
Yes.
How can we leverage blockchain technology in insurance companies? All right. So with this blockchain, with the expert right in front of me. So the blockchain technology, in the insurance sector, it will be used more and more in a policy like peer-to-peer. Where the group takes a policy from the insurance company, and so the group will the performance of the group will determine their premium, the charges in the future. So I see a lot of which is already been explored outside.
हेलो भूपेन्द्रजी, सायद उहाँको भिडियो रोकियो जस्तो छ है। सन्तोष दाइ, यु आर अन म्युट, सो इफ यु आर स्पिकिङ अनम्युट गर्नुहोस् न है।
Okay, so yes, so let me just
this question will be carried by Santosh Sai.
I can't answer for him because I'm not the insurance expert, right? But a few things that I have been seeing I've been seeing around is, there is the DeFi just there, decentralized insurance technologies are also where, people pull in the money for people who wants the thing and they can earn money, right? So that's one of the very good case ho ani more insurance company one of the most important thing is insurance claim process there are a lot of fraud huncha ke right also pani people tried all of those so for the advantage of insurance company the fraud process can go through blockchain technology and then so that they can't change their mind right and even if they have lied they can't it is recorded that immutable and it goes both ways to insurance company they can't change their mind so if they have locked in some contracts the smart contract then that they can't change their mind so there are few, those are few examples that you can use in blockchain in insurance companies. So moving on, so again this is an interesting question now and it's been 2 years ago so that why I would not been able to answer this right so कुरा मात्रै भइराछ के गरिराछ त भन्ने हैन गरा पहिला पनि एकचोटि क्वेशन आयो 2 years अगाडि पनि हैन so but the things I'm proud that like मैले सुनेको चाहिँ अरु कम्पनीहरु एकदम पब्लिकली चाहिँ खास पहिला एउटा सिक्का भन्ने गरेछ हैन WVI ले हैन नेपालमा हैन सो अरु त पब्लिकली मैले सुने छैन तर हामीले as Rumsan eSatya मिलेर we've been doing a lot of projects and there are 2 projects which is live right so one is agriculture ma you can go to agriculture.io it has त्यो agriculture trace गरेर last time तिमीहरु like तपाईहरु कतिले भने जुनारको बारेमा सुन्नु भएको थियो होला QR code was जुनार even though it was just a fancy story but it has a lot of advantage in back end so the Facebook कति देखिन्थ्यो हामीले जुनार त्यो we enabled that हैन so you know कहाँबाट जुनार आको कसले ग्रो गरेको कसरी ग्रो गरेको all of those things हुन्थ्यो so agri-clearly we have been able to achieve that and we have been working we have signed up with so like 5-6 companies to trace their agriculture product now it's not a monetary system right? So blockchain can go beyond finance and then so also Rahat is one again tomorrow there will be big announcement right so it's a relief distribution technology ma it is a live system people we have been piloting it now the agencies NGOs INGOs government agencies everybody can use it to do relief distribution right relief distribution using blockchain is very convenient you control everything we don't control right you control the whole process kind of thing so that's the value of decentralized if you don't want to give it beneficiary information you don't have to give it you put it stays at your end so the things that we are working on is the blockchain based KYC process right more KYC and then identity process the privacy enabled identity process or follow up questions I think I'm going to answer now is can just Nagarik app do it so problem with the government around the world is kasto bhane there it's not their problem because it's just designed that way it's not their problem it's designed that way is everything is centralized birth certificate gets centralized everything gets centralized right so it's almost like a surveillance economic create garna lagisakyo हैन right world ma jan covid le gera that's going even crazy right अनि like for example हामीले भन कोभिड मा अब भन त्यो डेटाबेस कतिको यस्तो ब्याडली डिजाइन गरेको कोभिड टेस्ट गर्ने डेटाबेस that I could just increase it म like मैले कोभिड टेस्ट गर्दै I have like 343 थियो 44 45 46 गर्ने अरूहरु पनि हेर्न मिल्थ्यो के and that was so badly one of the COVID system like मैले कोभिड टेस्ट गर्ने ठाउँमा हैन right I could have seen anybody who has COVID or not at privacy हरु हुन्छ हैन so centralized मा त्यो issues हरु आउँछ privacy issues हरु हुन्छ okay 5 minutes so yeah just so we want to change that so it will be very different than Nagarik app and this is again Nagarik app is something that government already has your data right so if but it is centralized if your app like if the app gets hacked data will be lost for everybody not just you right so basically we are vouching for decentralized KYC right so if something gets hacked only your data gets hacked or the 1% data is hacked not the whole community data gets hacked because the data will stay only in one device or the devices that you or anybody controls so that's the difference with Nagarik app one of the questions you point here we'll exceed that question later on so when this is you pani usko you pani malai ni actually if access to DeFi is based on the ability to verify software how is it equitable very good question right so the idea is hamle kati kura haina so you don't need to verify the software so a lot of times there is some so bhana arule expert arule verify trust so every stock that we buy right in one nepsema bhanna Chandragiri stock kincha, कसै stock kinda. We don't go and research the whole company, right? We a lot of times, we just, some people just follow the trend, some people just listen to the like an expert like us, and then they, when you use microwave or anything that you in your home, right, gas chula in your home, and you don't need to go and open it up and see how it works, it is safe or not, right? You just trust the engineers that they built. So that's the thing. So not everybody has to verify it, but there will be people, it's open, right? But unlike the banks or finance system we have, that except the employees and some government people, nobody will have access to how the bank is working internally, right? How are they managing your KYC documents internally, how are they managing things, but with decentralized finance, everything is open out there. You will be able to verify. That's the only thing, but you don't need to verify it if you can just trust them, right? So that way you can, you can trust, read up, you can trust the, the expert, like if then you can just, use the system and get benefits from it. So that's how it will be like, and it will try to be equitable in that sense.
Santosh दाइ अघि नकै क्वेसनमा एकचोटि मुभ गरौँ न है, भूपेन्द्रजी पनि आउनु भएको छ, सो यु आन्सर द Bhupendra, can you see the screen?
Yes, I can see the screen.
So you can
yes.
please continue.
So yes, I think we haven't yet used a blockchain here in Nepal, but to my knowledge that I have been following in India and outside India, there will be certainly there's been the blockchain being used in the peer-to-peer policies, where the policies are given to the group, and the group activities will basically determine the charges or premium in future. So for those so there needs to be a validation on the things that they do, and then people can temper or change the informations as and when they like it. So with those kind of validations for group validation and all, the blockchain is being used, and I think I see the blockchains will have more leverage on the whole insurance industry link up. So because in the days to come, there will be more cyber threats coming, more.
Santosh, your screen is being presented, right?
Sorry, full screen. Okay.
Problems will, yeah. Right. Those problems will come more. So I think blockchain will play a vital role on trying to verify those kind of problems or solve those kind of problems in future. But yet I don't have a really pinpoint to say on which it will have a leverage, but definitely it will basically help to verify the transactions not been hacked, not been tempered. There's no frauds been made by people. So with that, and I think in the insurance industry, the contracts which have been made between the companies or clients, even in insurance industry, has been the blockchain has been used in a lot of countries. But in Nepal, I think yet we haven't used it.
So much for your answer, Bhupendra ji. So can we just continue to our next question? जहाँ चाहिँ हामी रोकेको थियौं सन्तोष दाइ।
हुन्छ।
अनि मैले चाहिँ भूपेन्द्र जी र सन्तोष जी है उहाँको दुवैको लिंक्डइन आइडीहरु चाहिँ च्याटमा राख्दैछु। इफ यु वान्ट or if you have any question त्यहाँ गएर फलो अप गर्नु भएर डाइरेक्टली सोध्न पनि सक्नुहुन्छ। Not in this meetup, but
I think you can share my email address too.
Somebody wants to connect.
So I have shared 2 blockchain-based insurance initiative, right? So in the chat, so please have a look at them, and if you have time.
So now this is also what segment of insurance value chain AGI is working to upgrade. It's very, very interesting. Am I audible?
Yes.
Asmita, am I audible?
Yes, Bhupendra ji, suniracham.
Okay. So at the moment, AGI le हामीले काम गरिरहेको sectors we are working on a small ticket insurance and trying to touch the lives of as much Nepalese people as possible. We have already started it with full automation on the sales journey, and now we are working more on claim segment. So we are trying to at least automate the claim process as much as possible. And of course, we are revamping the whole website to make it more so that we can go more digital. So I think we just started it, in Himalayan Insurance. So we are working on sales, we are working on claims, we are working on the distribution and all. But majorly, our focus now on, if we just on the digital side, we are trying to come up with more small ticket insurance for covering more wider audience. And make it affordable to them. And the claim for now would be the claim process, because insurance stands on claim. So if we have better claim service, a better claim process, so that will have a very good impact on the customer. So yes, these are the major areas, and like I have told in my presentation as well. So mobile will be the key instrument, Internet of Thing, that we'll be using more and more in the days to come.
So okay, interesting. This always comes up, obviously, right? So this I have put bunch of questions, bunch of things in there, right? It's any effort legalize cryptocurrency in Nepal. Of course, we are not just us. Everybody is trying to put some effort to it, And the first and foremost effort everybody should put is to educate the decision maker, the lawmakers, right? And that's what eSatya is doing. We are like, we have gone through several workshops, several things with the, with government, or people who work with government. So we have been trying to promote. We have been starting to we started by training students, right? So it's just that first we have to understand what it is, right? Just because like few hundred of us understand what cryptocurrency and its advantages doesn't mean it has to be legal in Nepal yet. For some technology, like for example, VoIP was illegal in Nepal before, right? For different reasons, right? But a lot of people didn't know value, but eventually people found value, right? People started using, whether legal or illegal. There was a demand. People learned how to do FaceTime, Zoom call, like whatever. That Zoom was not there, but messenger call, all of those. And then government didn't stand a chance. They had to make it legal. I'm not sure if it is legal or not, but now nobody cares. If I want to call governor, nobody cares if it's legal. I don't know if that law or policy was even ever bothered to be changed, right? So that's what we have to educate it. We have to demand it, right? Those are the steps. Yes, Nepal economic minister are aware of. I'm sure he or she does, right? So and the next one will come. They are most likely. I'm sure most of these have or be bitcoins, right? And if not anything, so but they have. I'm also pretty confident they don't know how it works. And our job as technologists, our job as a financially aware, fintech aware people is to somehow go through the process and then try to educate them, try to more importantly educate the value of it. Even in El Salvador, right, it was not done overnight. They studied it. There was something called Bitcoin Beach. They tried it out first to a small area, right? They tried out the remittance for a small thing, and then they found the value, right? We have to do pilot projects. We have to show the ministry, all the secretaries, the values. 10 minutes, Baba. Right? So, and we have to show them the value, right? Even if they don't understand how it works, they can we should at least help them understand what are the advantages for Nepal. Like for example, one of the simple example is Nepal is going through, and it will be worse and worse, is have surplus energy. A lot of hydro powers are coming up online. We will have so much electricity that we don't know where to put them, right? Because the river is just gonna keep flowing, right? So, and one of the options they are thinking of is selling it to India. We can't even sell it to Bangladesh or Pakistan because India comes on the way, right? What do we do with that? With those, I know excess, summer, excess energy. We can of course make, as a Nepal, as a country, we can make money from it, right? We can host data center like Google Go, Amazon Go, Apple data center. We can host, but there's one way. Or if they don't come, we can just as a government level, as a community level, we can verify these Bitcoin transactions or any other transaction that we think, and then try to earn some foreign currency, right? And that's very important. That's a good income for them, so that will give us leverage. If India doesn't sell, then we're gonna, if we make more money doing this, by having data center, have mining cryptos, if you make more money from it, then we don't have to bother to sell to India, or we can get a good price. If we don't have an option, we'll have to abide by whatever they demand, whatever the price they demand. And then trust me, electricity is cheaper in India than in Nepal. So we will be technically selling electricity far more cheaper than our own people, right? Again, use it for electric vehicle. There's so many ways when there's a surplus energy, right? Or give it for free to people so that people can use that money for something else, right? So there are so many options here. So these are the things that Nepal, as a in a strategic level, Nepal can think about it, and then how you can leverage it. I mean, one of the biggest problem we have is foreign currency exchange thing, right? But maybe that should stay as is. But we can, of course, try to get benefit from this fintech revolution from other ways. Okay, all right. So Wendy, all yours.
भूपेन्द्रजी हजुर म्युटमा हुनुहुन्छ.
If government issued cryptocurrency comes, how will it affect the insurance company? I really don't know on this. I am absolutely no idea on this. So do you have any idea what is going to? I'm sure it's going to.
I can take a stab with it a little bit. Yes. So I think it will automate your process much more efficiently, right? Automate the process much more efficiently. You can directly. So once the cryptocurrency comes, the beauty of cryptocurrency is once it leaves government's wallet to whatever person's wallet, then you can directly. It works like cash, but it's in digital format. You don't have to.
I understand. Faster, yeah. I understand because so
it'll be cheaper for you too. So now you don't have to pay fees through all of those eSatya, all the banks that you are processing your getting premiums and getting
right.
So you will be able to pay either government it's now, since it's not a mineable thing, government will verify the transaction, right? So either you pay in form of some tax will be much lower than the fees you are paying right now, right? So, or it will be free for you, right? In that you pay in form of tax, like and the government will do all the transaction, facilitate the transaction for you, right? So your cost will come significantly down when government comes. Cryptocurrency will come down, and you don't have to go through it. Now people who hold the cryptocurrency like cash, so tabale cash linu bhane tapaiko insurance company ma ta you don't need to pay fees for anyone, right? If somebody just comes to your office and pays, that's how he's going to act like,
So Sandra,
thank you so much.
And
you can
conversation
too.
So this is the thread coming from the fintech side, no?
Yes. It's not threat for you in a sense, is the threat, the DeFi side, the decentralized insurance is a threat for you, but this is a benefit for you too, because you can automate.
Yeah, for the insurtech it might be, yeah.
Okay, I think we have a long discussion. A
couple of things I can quickly go through. Is that okay? 5 minutes.
We are already 36 minutes late.
Please, 4 minutes. 4 minutes.
Last question, but hopefully we'll answer the question today.
Maybe we can send it through email.
All right. So these are all the quick questions. If you can have a just look at it, we can just go through it. Like people can ponder it, right? And so again, I could answer a lot of these questions, right? So.
अनि यस्तो छ कि हाम्रो यो मिटअपमा हैन जनरली सबै अडियन्सले क्रिप्टोकरेन्सी को लागि हामीले राखिसक्यौं है यो क्वेशन चाहिँ अहिले आइरहन्छ सो जस्ट आई जस्ट वान्ट टु स्किप दोस क्वेशन हैन एन्ड बी कन्सन्ट्रेट विथ दिस थीम के दाइ
ओके अलराइट okay, I have answered this question. This is the last one, right? So yes, you can. So we will post answer to these questions in our eSatya thing. How about that? Ask me that, right?
Right.
Okay. All right. Thank you Thank you, Asmita. Thank you, Wendy. Asmita, all yours now.
Oh, and the last answer is honest now. Why to find the last one I was waiting.
Okay.
विशाल हुन्छ नि audience-लाई छुट्टै पठाइन्छु.
Okay, so we have this. So do you think blockchain technology is more advanced than comparative bank? Of course, it is going to compare. So to anything you do, you don't need to ask blockchain for permission, right? Because it's not a company. Anything you do in through banks, you have to ask their permission, right? And that itself is give you some freedom, right? If you want to send money from you to your friends, you'll have to pay minimal or no fee, right? You don't have to go through eSatya or anything, that's you can bypass and you have it in control. Nobody would know your name. eSatya, you don't need to give your name or phone number or anything to eSatya. It will give you data privacy too, right? And more importantly, it will automate a lot of things. Like like sensory based automation, like IoT based. So one of the things we are thinking is, let's say earthquake insurance, right? Earthquake insurance, why? But one of the things we can think about is, so earthquake is a factual data. It's kind of very reliable data also. Let's say insurance, right? All of those. So earthquake without even in the claim process, within the 5-kilometer area, will automatically give them all the premium. Those are the premium they will automatically dispatch. So it's a fact-based insurance, right? There doesn't need to be claim process all this because everybody would know where the earthquake is, right? There are so many reliable data we can, that's called Oracle in blockchain terms, right? And then based on that, if you live around that, and if you have a premium, if you have that insure or something, whether your ghar goes down or not, it's cheaper for insurance company to just pay you, okay? Right? If there's a fact-based insurance, right? So the insurance company problem cost it, you claim figure out okay? Right? It's very costly to figure that out. It's more than paying the claims in some sense, right? So that's something that's very, very important. So premium risk actuarials calculate as a premium. So that, of course, insurance company would only work where there's benefits. So these are the things that would be advantage from traditional process and traditional banks. So how can a different sector accept Bitcoin as a blockchain as a payment method since it's illegal in Nepal? It's the legal, the coins that can be transferred out of the country is illegal in Nepal. Coins that is built within the country that doesn't transfer out of the country is not illegal, right? Like if that is illegal, then NCL balance would be illegal too. eSatya credit would be illegal too. The reason they are not illegal is you can't transfer eSatya balance to one of Apple Pay ko usma, right? Blockchain ko tokenize is a software. You can design the way you want. So if you design a token that doesn't live Nepal ko border, or even if it lives, it becomes valueless there, or it's not convertible to Bitcoin, Ethereum, or other, it's not illegal. Now that means if that becomes illegal, then every tokens, Uno cards, Goji coins, everything, including NSAT balance, will become illegal. NTC balance would be illegal too, right? Because those are some sort of tokens, right? It's represented. So you can design payment system using blockchain, which is secure, very, very secure than I'm sure NCL was. I can guarantee you that, right? Blockchain tokenized system is guaranteed secure than NCL balance, right? You can design a system, right? And it's built in for you, and that does not leave it. If you program it, again, it's a programmable money. If you program it, it won't be illegal, and you can use it as a payment system. And you don't borrow to explain, or don't say it's a balanced one, or don't say token, don't say blockchain, right? But still underlying technology can be the same, But the thing is, illegal thing is if the money lives out of Nepal, that's illegal. You should not do it. I mean, there are those measures that put there for some good reasons, right? So, but that will change too eventually, right? Because see, that's the whole holy sakyo, okay, right? So now if the whole will just get bigger and bigger. Okay, so or can you just connect one bank with another? Of course you can connect with bank to make it transfer, but again, to make transfer you need permission from someone. If you have your own wallet, you don't need anybody's permission. They will see your data. You don't want to tell it to a lot of bankers. I worked in a bank. We could see everybody's data. Transfer as a key right? And of course we have NDA agreement, right? But there are a few people who doesn't give care about NDAs, non-disclosure agreement, and they do bad stuff, right? But if you don't go through that intermediary, there's no chance of being that thing happen. So you can of course do the existing thing. Yeah, of course, why not, right? It's a little expensive, fees huncha, but you can come up with the different things, right? Different process where your data get like protected very well, and then timsa kati paisa cha ke cha, nobody needs to know, but your bank always knows. So this, I think I've already answered. Thank you guys. So thank you, Bhuvanji. Thank you, Asmita.
Thank you so much,
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Bendaji, for your valuable time. We are also thankful to all our audience. I'm 100 the more audience too. Just also 57 still we have those audience. So thank you so much for joining this meetup. eSatya blockchain fellowship we have started. Already started one fellowship session on this we are going to start. So this you can fill up the link which will be shared by Rooms and Group over here, right? So to blockchain scholarship, we do have a scholarship for the students, for the deserving students. So hopefully if you are willing to learn blockchain then from the experts, we do have experts in eSatya. So hopefully this will be fruitful for you. I just want to wrap up today's meetup, hoping to meet you in the next meetup. So everyone stay safe, stay sound, and have a great evening. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.